This is a Hackberry Creek run. May 2012. Bob Wall is leading. You see him here in his blue Toyota. We decided to try one of the more difficult pieces of the trail. We've done a lot of different routes on this trail, but we decided to do this hard spot this time. There's a pretty easy go round for it, but we're going to try this big rock garden up here. To the driver's side is a big V-notch that in the past we've been able to drive through that for extra challenge, but that thing is really washed out now, and I wouldn't do it in anything less than a full featured rock buggy. This white Rubicon is driven by Mike, who is part of Bob Wall's Saddle Creek four-wheel drive group. It's fairly well modified, and it's got 37-inch tires on it, and about a 4-inch lift. The yellow Jeep coming up behind is Chris Richardson. He's only had that, I think it's a 93 LJ. He's only had it for a short while, but he bought it pretty much bone stock, but now he's got 33-inch tires and a 3-inch lift and put lockers front and rear. Now you won't see my Jeep on this trail. This is Tim Naylor narrating. I left it home. It's too hot, and my Jeep doesn't have a top or air conditioning, and it's a long drive up to Hackberry. So I'm riding with Chris and his nice air-conditioned LJ. So this part of the trail now gets into a pretty long boulder field, and the Rubicon and Chris's Jeep with lockers handle this just fine. We did have a few problems with the Toyota that doesn't have real lockers. It has soft lockers, and some of this boulders hung him up a bit. We had to do a little bit of trail modification to get him over it. You'll see this spot right here. Even the vehicles with lockers kind of get hung up there. We spent a little bit of time with Bob Wall on this spot. But he just bumps a little bit and he can get out. Now here comes Chris. I would rate overall the Hackberry Trail, if you take the easy lines, it would be about a 3 rating. But there's some hard lines you can take, including this piece of the trail. I would rate it 3.5 to 4 in this spot. You see right here, even Chris with lockers is having a little bit of hard time, but he gets over it all right. Last month we did another piece of this trail, and it rained on us, so when we did it, and most of the guys had a pretty tough time on a rocky hill that wasn't quite as bad as this. It probably wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't all wet last month. But most of the trail is 3 or less. Very scenic, very scenic. helping Bob a little bit, get over a little bit of a rough spot. There he goes. And this is the end of this section of the trail. Now we're going to show you one picture of what they call kissing rocks.